To Celtic Park then, Wim Janssen's side with the chance to move 5 points clear of their nearest challengers, Hearts knowing that a victory would take them to the top of the table. 14 matches on since their last defeats, the Hearts party had every right to approach the match with confidence. They arrived at Celtic Park determined to look for the victory, which could mean so much to them. The fans arriving in their thousands would ensure that every seat was filled, and they had no doubt that their team would be celebrating a victory.
I think Hearts will win today.
Oh, the Jambos, eh?
What makes you say that?
Good squad, eh? Jeffrey's got them fired up.
Celtic, of course. They're better than Hearts any day of the week.
Who's going to win today?
I think Hearts are going to win today. I think it'll be 2-1 for the Hearts.
Celtic.
What makes you so confident?
Because they're the best team.
Who's going to win today?
Hearts.
What makes you so confident?
Well, we've come this far, haven't we? It's the best we've done in 12 years, so... Yeah, we're going to go all the way.
Celtic.
Why is Celtic going to win?
Well, because they're top of the league and, well, they're the best team in the world, Joe.
Definitely Hearts, eh?
Why do you say that?
Better team.
As kick-off time approached, the players were equally aware just how much was at stake.
This one is a big one, yeah.
What's Jim Jeffrey's message before you head out?
Just go out and try to beat them. Just as simple as that.
Doesn't matter about Hearts really. If we can play the way we can, then hopefully we'll be the winners at the end of it.
And then, at 3 o'clock, the talking had to stop. For everyone, that is, but Rob McLean.
As the players mingle in the tunnel area, they know the huge significance of this game. If Celtic win, they open up a 5-point Premier lead. A Hearts draw keeps the Tynecastle team very much in contention. A Hearts win would blow the title race wide open. For a team with 11 players called up for international duty during the week, Celtic have escaped pretty much unscathed. Midfield pair Craig Burley and Paul Lambert, who pulled out of the Scotland match, have recovered. So has Jackie McNamara, who played against Denmark. That means Celtic put out their strongest starting 11. The return of Alan Stubbs, who missed the victory at Aberdeen last Saturday because of injury in place of Rico Annoni, is the only change to the Celtic team. In contrast to the faltering start to his Celtic career, Stubbs has been outstanding this season. He'll hope that Jim Hamilton's scoring spree comes to an end. The 22-year-old striker's winner at Tannadice a week ago made it 6 goals in 6 games for him, and a total of 15 for the season. The only change in the Hearts team from the one which started against Dundee United is the welcome comeback alongside Hamilton of Stefan Adam, who's missed the last 3 games. Jose Quitongo drops to the bench. 5 of these players played for Scotland in midweek. Weir for the senior side, Ritchie, Fulton, Cameron and McCann for the B team. The referee is Bobby Tate. Hearts kick off in the big match. They haven't lost in their last 14 matches, and all season long they've been overcoming a series of psychological barriers, the latest of which was last Saturday, their first win at Tannadice in 5 years, boosting their belief that they still are major players in this championship challenge. Henrik Larsson, Tom Boyd and Paul Lambert closed down very quickly by Neil McCann, eased off the ball, 3 against 3 for Hearts. Feinting to go inside, then outside, blocked by Mark Reaper, but a good early burst from McCann. So the first corner kick, after just 60 seconds of the match, out comes Jonathan Gould. He got a touch, back in from Neil McCann. Not too convincingly. Here comes Henrik Larsson. That's a foul by Cameron. The body check on Larsson, who was breaking very quickly downfield. And Bobby Tate is taking action here against Mark Reaper, presumably for comments made to the referee about that challenge by Cameron. Wim Janssen not at all happy that one of his central defenders has already picked up a yellow card. That's Steve Fulton's header, flicked on by Hamilton, covering Reaper. Hesitation, one back for Hearts by Salvatore. And that's a foul by Morten Vikhorst on Stefan Adam. Never much doubt that Adam would be back in the starting lineup here. Such an important player he's been for Hearts this season. The legs taken away from him by Weghorst. David Weir's up in the area. That was aimed for Weir. It might drop for Weir. Couldn't get any power in the shots. But he was a real threat to Celtic there in the area. This was an early question being asked of the Celtic defence. 3 jumpers there for Celtic, but Weir got in the shot. Now Colin Cameron. It's a good pass for Neil McCann. Tom Boyd trying to get back. McCann for Cameron, and Gould well off his line. Cameron and Gould, teammates for Scotland B in the midweek. That was a good run from Cameron, but it was well read by Gould. McNamara trying to get away from Naismith, finding Weghorst. Weghorst fouled, advantage being played. And Paul Lambert's shot, way too high. Hearts a trifle lucky here. A clear foul by Salvatore on Weghorst, but Bobby Tate said play on. Kept in by Hamilton, and he was fouled by Mark Reaper. The front 3 are McCann, Hamilton and Adam. That was Jim Hamilton's header. Now McCann, now Adam. It's on for Cameron. Good interception that by Stefan Mahi as Colin Cameron threatened to break through. Now it's counter-attack time with Henrik Larsson. Salvatore did well to get the foot in. Neil McCann again, lofting it over the top for Colin Cameron. Too much on the pass. Now Grant Murray, Stefan Adams made a run. Unable to get on the end of that. David Weir's header. The Adam flick, knocked down by Hamilton for McCann. Good tenacious play from Neil McCann. But the same could be said for that challenge from Boyd. Now Fulton struck it well enough, but he was looking for that to swerve off the outside of his left foot. Set up by this driving play from McCann. And when Fulton struck it, it went dead straight. Took too long, Steve Fulton, and he's taken a knock as well. Now Boyd, Hearts down in numbers in the midfield. Jackie McNamara, could be a chance for Celtic, charged down by Murray. Alan Stubbs, and finally away from Colin Cameron. Cameron is furious with Salvatore. Some infighting in the Hearts defence. As Celtic made their numerical advantage pay here, pushing the ball around. That shot from McNamara came off Murray. There was hesitation from Salvatore before it was knocked away by Cameron. Lambert to Burley, closed down by Colin Cameron and by Fulton. Threads the pass through for McCann. Hearts start again at the back with David Weir. Good run and a good pass for Stefan Adam. And over the top of his own crossbar from Paul Lambert. That was good defending. He had to get in the way of this. The pass perfection from Weir, and the early ball driven across goal by Stefan Adam. A good attack that from Hearts. Jonathan Gould, watchful on the goal line. And a chance right in front of goal. Tucked away by Alan Stubbs. Hearts were queuing up to try to knock that past Gould. And a big inquiry in the Celtic defence. It wouldn't come down for either Ritchie or Adam. There's a busy dugout area with Wim Jansen and Murdo McLeod in the foreground. Billy Brown and Jim Jeffries taking a back seat for the moment. Lambert's pass picking out McNamara. Left by Burley for Larsson. Lambert inviting Stefan Mai to make some ground. Mai against both Salvatore and Murray. Eventually settling for the throw. Back from Vikhorst to Murray. Away from Weir. Knocked down by McCann, but only for Lambert. Larsson. Knocked away by Naismith. Cleared by Weir. Celtic threatening again. The Celtic fans reckon Henrik Larsson might just have been eased off that attempt at goal. The teenager Naismith. Not one of his better passes. Lambert to Vikhorst. But Salvatore working hard, closing him down, giving him no time on the ball. But Morten Vikhorst still has it, and finding an excellent pass. Boyd to Stubbs. That's the pass for Burley. He's onside. Craig Burley in. It's brought back, and it's nodded back in a very cool fashion from Paul Ritchie. A superb pass this from Alan Stubbs, but Hearts will be alarmed that nobody picked up Burley. He beat Rousset, but Bratback couldn't quite get in the end of it, and that was ice cool from Ritchie. That's a foul by McCann on McNamara. McNamara was up and running. Reaper and Stubbs, Vikhorst and Bratback all clustered in the far post area. Came off the top of Steve Fulton's head. Back with Paul Lambert. Quick pass for Craig Burley. First time shot from him. Didn't quite get over it. And Gilles Rousset was able to watch it fly too high. That looked as if it took a touch off Paul Ritchie. Good tackle that, well judged by Jim Hamilton on Jackie McNamara, who's still grounded. No doubt that Hamilton got the ball, but McNamara felt this as well. A long throw from Tom Boyd, flicked on by Henrik Larsson. A chance for Vikhorst. Good defending from Grant Murray, and saved by Gilles Rousset, who's not at all happy about that attempt at getting the ball out of his arms by Morten Vikhorst. The long throw, flicked on by Larsson. In came Vikhorst. Good challenge that by Murray. The ball was locked among the legs. Rousset made the block, and the follow-up save. Won by Vikhorst over the top for Henrik Larsson. Paul Ritchie's with them. And again, Paul Ritchie doing a very polished job there, as Henrik Larsson threatened to add to his 17 goals already this season. Waiting for the ball to come down, but Ritchie was always in attendance. Look at the concentration on the face there of Paul Ritchie. Shirt tugging as well, possibly, but he did enough to make sure that shot was off target. Stubbs down the touchline for Bratback. Paul Ritchie got the faintest of touches. He wasn't happy with that, but he made up for it with the tackle. Again here, great timing from Ritchie. Chance here for Alan Stubbs to push forward. A short pass for Burley, gets it back. That's for Weghorst. This could be a chance, but a first touch from Weghorst he'll be disappointed with. He looked as if he had a great chance there to set himself up with a shot on goal. He shakes his head. He knows that he could have made more of this. Murray looking for Hamilton. Stubbs got there first. Weghorst knocking it over the top. Nobody there. And some jeers of discontent from the Celtic crowd. That's half-time. And no goals in a finely balanced match at Celtic Park. So much at stake here, and that has been borne out by the commitment shown by both sides. Neither wants to make a mistake, that's clear as well. Here was a half chance for David Weir, couldn't quite get too much on the shot, and then another scramble in the Celtic goalmouth, knocked away by Alan Stubbs. This was a chance though for Celtic. Burley beat Rousset, but that was cool play from Paul Ritchie. Then the flick at the near post from Larsson, which almost set up Morten Weghorst. Brave goalkeeping by Gilles Rousset, which has helped to keep the scoreline at half-time at Celtic Park. Celtic 0, Hearts 0. Celtic get the match restarted, and for both these sides after this, there are just 6 league games left. So very much into the decisive phase of this league season. And this could be an intriguing 45 minutes coming up. Grant Murray will hope he has as good a second half as he did first. In from McNamara, and it was Jim Hamilton who was there on the end of it. His header though, giving the ball back to Celtic. And again from McNamara. That's a good layoff, and Alan Stubbs. The shot was deflected for the corner kick. He holds his head in his hands. He realises this was a decent chance, but that was good defending from Gary Naismith, I think it was, who got in the way of the Stubbs shot. And there's the general manager in the news, Jock Brown. Much speculation about his relationship with the head coach, Wim Jansen, and as to what Jansen's future here might be. Second chance for Hamilton. Adam against Reaper. Came off Mark Reaper. Hearts' first corner kick of the second half. Directing operations on the goal line from Jonathan Gould. Jim Hamilton could be a threat here. In from McCann. Out comes Gould. Good punch. An excellent punch, finding Henrik Larsson. Back with him all the way, Stefano Salvatore. And making the final challenge. Back linking with Lambert. Alan Stubbs. Celtic driving forward. It's a good pass from Stubbs. Larsson. And cleared by Naismith. Henrik Larsson foiled when he seemed certain to score. Again, superb pass from Stubbs. He is so good at this. And you would put your money on Henrik Larsson to score from that sort of situation. Rousset did enough. And in behind the French goalkeeper was Gary Naismith, who was able to knock this away. McNamara's corner. Henrik Larsson's head. In again from McNamara. That was Stubbs. In from Weghorst. The effort from Brattbakk. And it was a good challenge again from Naismith, which meant that there was little power in this shot from Brattbakk. Long ball from Rousset, flicked on by Hamilton. Stefan Adam got there. Here's Neil McCann. I think what he was trying to do there was chip that one up to the far post. Jim Hamilton was there, but he couldn't pull this back far enough. It was good play from Adam. Celtic make the first change of the match. Jackie McNamara is off, and on in his place, a man who's deputised for him in recent weeks, Simon Donnelly. David Weir's header. Hooked forward by Jim Hamilton. Chase on here for Neil McCann. Neil McCann got there first. Fouled by Alan Stubbs, who could be in trouble. Couple of yards outside the penalty area. The decision for referee Bobby Tate was who was the last man, and tempers flaring. The match in danger of boiling over in an instant. The Hearts players trying to mete out their own form of justice here against Alan Stubbs after he foiled the run of Neil McCann. Still some debate as to whether Alan Stubbs was the last man, and as to whether that was a red card offence by Stubbs. Stefan Adam is the man over the ball. Steve Fulton is alongside him. That came off Craig Burley. The ball doing its job. And Colin Cameron happy to let the ball run for a corner kick. It's in from Cameron, and away from Burley, under pressure from McCann, and now a corner kick on the other side. It's so noisy inside Celtic Park. I think Jim Jeffries struggling to get his message across. McCann's corner this time, and he'll get another chance. Nodded behind by Stefan Mahe. Hearts trying to keep the pressure on. 16 minutes into the second half. Concerned faces there, Murdo McLeod and Wim Janssen. McCann again, out comes Jonathan Gold and plucked it off the top of Paul Ritchie's head. These Hearts supporters must be encouraged by the belief their team are showing here today, but still on a knife edge this match. Paul Ritchie's header. Craig Burley getting the better of Fulton. Gets it back from Larsson. That's for Darren Jackson, away from Murray. Colin Cameron comes to collect and gets it back from Fulton. That was Stefan against Stefan, and Mahe has the throw. Good pass from Henrik Larsson. Mahe, it's over Rousset. Donnelly, Jackson. That cross was badly misjudged by Gilles Rousset. He looked to be coming for the cross and ended up being nowhere near it, the cross from his fellow Frenchman Mahe. This could have been curtains for Hearts, missed by Naismith as well. Jackson's shot too high. Darren Jackson didn't quite get over this. Paul Lambert to Craig Burley. Sizing up a long ball and then settling for the short pass for Darren Jackson. Won well by Simon Donnelly. And possession taken back by Paul Ritchie. Bad distribution from Rousset. Gave that straight back to Paul Lambert. Stefan Mahe is still on the ground. Seems to be in a bit of trouble, Mahe. Here's how it happened. A challenge from Mahe on Jim Hamilton, and I think accidentally Hamilton stood on the side of Mahe's knee, and that could have serious repercussions, both for Mahe and the Celtic season. David Hanna will quickly be brought into play in place of Mahe, and Celtic will hope that Mahe can make a quick recovery. And that looked a painful one. Sympathetic applause from the Celtic supporters, but they'll be worried because Stefan Mahe has been a model of consistency for them this season, fulfilling an important role in the team. He's off on a stretcher and Hanna's on. Neil McCann is away from David Hanna. He slipped. Squares it for Hamilton. He's in behind Weghorst, Jim Hamilton. That was Mark Rieper in the way. A half-hearted appeal for a penalty from Hearts. Knocked in for Neil McCann. Nodded down, hopefully, towards Adam. And the goal threat is over for Celtic as Bobby Tate's whistle goes. That was a real chance for Jim Hamilton. He got himself away from Weghorst. Instead of having a shot at goal, he tried to slip the ball beyond Rieper, who very carefully kept his arms away from the ball. Larsson finding Weghorst. Away with his thigh by Ritchie. Larsson to Boyd. Good turn by Simon Donnelly. Takes a tumble. No penalty kick. And it's out for a throw-in. An exchange there between Donnelly and Ritchie, who know each other so well. And Bobby Tate appeared to get that right. A nerve-tingling closing few minutes for these men on the touchline, the two managers, the head coach at least of Celtic, Wim Jansen, and the Hearts manager, Jim Jeffries. Lambert to Boyd. Tom Boyd driving down the left-hand side, but couldn't quite find Henrik Larsson with the pass. Fair bit of urgency now about Boyd and Celtic. Larsson pulls it back. Weghorst! An opportunity coming for Celtic. And that Weghorst shot swerving way off target. A pull back from Larsson was good. Ritchie was out to close down Weghorst. Hamilton again. Lost the ball momentarily. Salvatore, too much on the ball for Cullen Cameron. And now it's Celtic with Simon Donnelly. Darren Jackson. Donnelly making a run forward. And that was good defending by Gary Naismith. The Celtic supporters and some of the players claiming that was a pass back. Bobby Tate wasn't interested. Murray finding Hamilton. Hamilton not quite keeping the ball in. This was the ball from Jackson, and I don't think that could be adjudged to be a pass back. Cleared by Ritchie. Came off the top of Mark Rieper's head, flicked on by Hamilton. Now Neil McCann. Hustled off the ball there by Tom Boyd. Henrik Larsson, that's a clever ball for Weghorst. It's a good run too by Morten Weghorst. Darren Jackson. This could be Celtic's big chance. Simon Donnelly! Touched over the top by Gilles Rousset. Right on 90 minutes. And that could be the save that preserves a draw for Hearts. Fiercely struck by Simon Donnelly. And he's across now to take the corner kick. Inside stoppage time. Thomas Flugel heads it away. A moment of real drama there. Celtic were up on numbers. It was an opportunity to win the match right at the end. Simon Donnelly certainly struck it well. Got his shot on target. That was the main thing. And these are the moments when you look to your goalkeeper to produce what he's paid for. Gilles Rousset certainly did that here. And this is the save which ensures that it's a share of the points in this top-of-the-table match at Celtic Park. Good save from Rousset, and more signs from Hearts that they are a team very much on the up and up. Their development continues. Their belief will surely grow after this performance against the league leaders. And the gap at the top of the Premier Division remains the same. Celtic keep their 2-point lead. A compelling 90 minutes. Lots of commitment, lots of aggression, lots of passion. And at the end of it, it's a point apiece. Celtic 0, Hearts 0.
Vim 0-0, is that disappointing for you?
Yes, of course, the result is a little bit disappointing, because if you play a whole game, you want to win. But if you see the game today, I think it was a very close game, and sometimes you have to accept this situation.
You didn't really create too many chances today.
No, I think both teams didn't create real chances. We had only a few chances, and in the last minute we had a good chance, and the goalie saved it well, but really to score a goal, we didn't have so much chances today.
We've seen a lot of good passing play from Celtic this season, but there wasn't really too much today.
No, I think that was our problem today. We didn't really pass the ball like we want to do, and some players, they look a little bit tired today, and sometimes you have to accept that.
Jim, I think there were doubts earlier in the season about Hearts' abilities to play against the old firm sides, but that's fast disappearing.
Well, when you come at this stage of the season with the pressure on, come to Parkhead, 50,000 Celtic supporters, you've got to come here and stand up to it and believe you can win. And I think overall today we showed that we're up for the fight, and we played some really good solid performances and restricted Celtic to very few opportunities, and maybe a wee bit break in the first 20 minutes or so we could have easily been in the lead, but we're delighted. We didn't, we've come away, as we said, a draw wasn't a bad result for us, but there's no way that we go and play for draws. We came here to win today, and as it was, but it turned out a good performance, and it keeps everything very tight at the top still.
Alan, would you describe that as a tired performance from Celtic today?
I suppose people are going to look at it that way. I think, to be fair, there was a few of the players may have been felt a bit tired, but I think that's only natural when you've got 11 of our players away on international duty during the week. So I think it's, at the end of the day, it's going to take its toll sooner or later during the game.
Has the players' concentration been affected at all this week by all the Wim Jansen talk?
Not really, no. As soon as we go on that pitch, we're focused for 90 minutes to get a result. And if it has done, then there's something wrong. We're paid to go out and play, perform on the pitch. Nothing like what's going on in the background. Like that noise then. So it's one thing that we've got to put out of the way. People are going to start highlighting it now and saying it distracted us and that. But it never. We're not going to blame because of what's going on this week. At the end of the day, it's what we do on the pitch that counts.
And do you still feel as if you're in pole position for the title?
Well, we are, aren't we? We're sitting at the top of the league.
I mean, that's the last 3 games against the Old Firm we've came, and even though we've not won, we've not lost. So I think there is a growing belief, and I think it's important we install that in ourselves, for the last 6 games of the season, give it our best shot.
Yeah, as time goes by, you say half a dozen games left. Hearts must think you're in with a real shout here.
We've always thought we're in with a real shout. Obviously, as time goes on, most people begin to believe it, but we've always believed it, so it's up to us to prove the doubters wrong.
A lot of young players in the side, but in a sense it's almost the young players that are feeling the tension least at the moment, by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, they've got no worries at all. You can run right through them, name them, and they're all the same. They've all got great attitudes and got a lot of self-belief, and plus they've got a lot of ability.
I thought Paul Ritchie was outstanding today. You're already in the Scotland squad. He must be a strong contender to be in there alongside you.
Well, Paul Ritchie's been outstanding all season for me. He's played every game, and he's not had many bad ones, so there's really not too much you can say about Paul. And I think if it wasn't for the fact, that there's that many people in the Scotland squad doing so well, I think Paul would be there or thereabouts.
We'll hear from Paul in a moment. Only the fourth no-scoring draw between these two since the war, unbelievably, and Rangers took advantage with a 3-2 win at Dunfermline to leave things even tighter at the top of the Premier. The top three are now separated by just 3 points with 6 games to go. Well, Paul, it was a terrific match to watch. How was it to play in?
That was a great game to play in. It was a massive game for the Hearts today. We couldn't afford to lose the game. It'd have given Celtic a 5-point advantage. And to come away with a 0-0 draw, I thought we thoroughly deserved it.
Yeah, and were you happy with the draw?
I think, as you've seen in the game, there wasn't too many clear-cut chances. Just the one at the end from Simon Donnelly. Big Jules pulled off a tremendous save. But apart from that, the clear-cut chances were kept to a minimum.
Yeah. Gordon, you were there this afternoon and you enjoyed it as well, didn't you?
I thought it was a great game. I think that Hearts came and looked confident today. I mean, they didn't look as if they were wanting to let Celtic dominate the game. And I think that in the end that was the right result. And, you know, from Hearts' point of view, they have got the confidence that in the last 3 games against the Old Firm, they haven't lost in them. They haven't won them still, but they're still right in there hanging in for the championship.
Yeah. David Weir sang Paul's praises. Here's your chance to embarrass him as well.
Yeah.
How well did he play today?
I'm not surprised. We were talking about it during the game. I thought he was outstanding in a very good Hearts defence, I have to say. 4 players played really well. David Weir himself had a great game, but Paul, tremendous. A lot of you know, attributes to his game, a lot of different strengths to his game, and I think that he's definitely a player for the future. I mean, he can win it in the air, as we see here. He goes and he's good in jumping, and as I say, one of the great aspects of his game is very, very cool in defence, and this is a chance that Celtic had. Howard Brackback just flicks it in, and there's Paul just comes and nods it calmly into the hands of Rusey. That's showing a lot of confidence and a lot of calm under pressure. This is good defending for me. This is showing the qualities and the maturity that's coming into Paul's game now. Look how he just stands up to it there, doesn't throw himself into it, and eventually it puts Larson off. Great challenge here. The timing of that's perfect. There was loads of examples of that today. And once again here, having to be committed as a strong challenge comes in from Craig Burley, you know, ends up on his back. But I have to say that overall today he had a really, really good game. And I think that he might not get into the squad for France this year, but I think after this World Cup's passed, the European Nations Cup, I think Paul will really come into the Scottish reckoning.
Everybody said nice things about you, Paul, which I'm sure you appreciate. But I'm sure you also enjoy the big stage that today's kind of game provides for you. They're great games to play in, aren't they?
That's right, it's the big games. Any game's good to play in, but to play in front of 55,000 people, you won't get much better than that.
No. The Hearts had a couple of chances early on from set pieces, didn't they? Let's just look at those and maybe you can talk us through those.
That's right, it was just really set pieces. Stevie Fulton's played in a great ball. David Weir's had a couple of bites at the cherry, and just as he's got to pull the trigger, Craig Burley comes in with a last gasp tackle. Apart from that, we didn't have too many chances. And here's another set piece from a corner. It's missed at the front post, and myself and Stefan Adam have a crack at it, and it just failed to score. Stefan's left it for me, but with my goal scoring record this season, he should have known better.
What about Celtic chances, Gordon? There were 1 or 2, not too many clear-cut ones, but there were 1 or 2 that might have been taken on another day.
Yeah, I think Celtic have dropped below the standard they've set in recent games. I mean, this was an opportunity here. A little flick on with Larson. If Morton Vickers connects with this is in the net, but look, he just misses it, hits his trailing leg, but he follows up. The tackles are coming in, David Weir's there, he just managed to do enough, and Gilles Rousset does very well there to come out as far as that and just take away any danger. It wasn't a save as such as gone and smothered it. Paul Lambert, this is a move Celtic had a lot today. Stubbs breaking out from the back and Paul Lambert finding him a little ball into midfield. This is a lovely little reverse pass inside Salvatore. He should have done better, but look at Larson. He's a player who was doing brilliantly for Celtic, and I think they're really losing him at the moment. He's not playing as well as he was playing before. This is a good touch off here, Simon Donnelly when he was on. Dan Jackson sets himself properly but doesn't go over it enough, and the chance is gone. Doesn't even bring a save out the keeper, and that's really what you have to be doing. This was near the end when they broke away. The Hearts lost possession. Dan Jackson plays that across. Simon Donnelly does well, gets it onto his right foot, fires in a tremendous drive, and that was the one save that Gilles Rousset had to make, and he made it really well because that was a great strike from Simon Donnelly. But that was the only shot really that brought out a saving the keeper. Considering how good a game it was, there weren't enough, I think, goal-mouth chances. There weren't enough saves from the goalkeeper. But that was down to the fact that both defences were really in top today. Yeah, they were both outstanding. David Weir said nice things about you, Paul. I'll let you return the compliment. And you really have a good partnership going now, haven't you? That's right. We're playing very well as a partnership. I think the amount of goals we've conceded together is getting less and less. That's 2 shutouts in the last 2 games, so we're getting stronger as a partnership. Yeah, and Davey's a very creative player as well, of course. A couple of great examples coming up here. Lovely balls he played here, didn't he? That's right. That's a great part of David Weir's game, is his distribution from the back.
here he just strolls forward and plays a great ball inside the full-back for Stefan Adam, who puts in a great ball and Lambert clears well. And here you see it again, this time, as before, this time he plays it on the outside to Stefan Adam once again.
It's a good ball and he fires it in. David Weir's the oldest in that back four at 26 years of age. I mean, it's brilliant. 4 young Scottish players there. It bodes well for the future for us, and here's an example of his timing of a tackle as well. Outstanding, and as I say, with him being the oldest there, you know, I think that maybe one of the two other, Grant Murray and young Gary Naismith as well, I think can come through and be prospects for the Scottish team as well.
Yeah.
But Weir was outstanding as well.
Yeah. So was Alan Stubbs. I mean, he took a bit of stick last season, of course, didn't he? But this season, alongside Mark Reaper, he has been one of the players of the season for me. And again, his distribution as well as his defensive qualities are very important.
Yeah, I think he's in with a real chance of player of the year this year, I've got to say, Alan Stubbs. This is what he did, I say, a lot. Celtic were bogged down a lot in midfield. He burst out. Look at the deft little pass here. That's tremendous. Morton Vickers will be really disappointed with his touch. His touch is normally excellent, but he lets that run away from him. Here's an opportunity, a lovely little touch from Brattback, but he just gets closed down by Gary Naismith before he can pull the trigger. But he's got a great shot and he's a great long passer of the ball. But this was the one you have to say when he was a bit fortunate here. He's chasing there. Neil McCann has got beyond him. And, you know, he's claiming there that Neil McCann took a dive, but you'll see quite clearly here, he catches his arm, pulls it behind him. Maybe not the sort of one that Neil McCann could be down for, but he's very fortunate. We see Tommy Boyd there. If Tommy Boyd is not back as far as he is, that might well have been a Northern off situation.
Absolutely. So there we are. No goals, but other than that, I don't think any complaints about that game. Terrific stuff. Now, let's take another look at the Premier table in the light of today's other results. Well, Ally McCoist was the Rangers' hero again in the crucial 3-2 win at East End Park. He took his total of league goals for the club to 250, with a double today. Andy Smith did likewise for Dunfermline, but Jonas Tern scored the winner as Rangers managed 3 in a league game for the first time this year. St Johnstone narrowed the gap between themselves and 4th place Kilmarnock with a 1-0 win, while Owen Coyle got Motherwell's winner over Dundee.